the otter if you can. Because like in this set, I'm not going to put it on, I wouldn't put it on a drounder. I'd have like a wolf fang, just drive it right down, a second trap, and I would drive it right down and just hold them, just like you would catch, you know, a coyote or a fox. Same thing, you're just keeping, you know, that otter caught right out here.
Why were you planning on going with that color or something?
It'll be easy, you know.
My dad used to paint his pool. My dad used to use spray paint on
You know, so it's a simple setup. You know, you'll catch a lot of otter like that, especially if they start getting, you know, where they're conibear shy. Plus here, you know, being in New York, you know, you're not gonna be able to get it half submerged, you know, very easily right here. So, you know, it gives you different options. You know, and the other thing is, it's like trapping otter. You go out here, put a 330 up there, block it down like you're gonna for beaver, and you know, you're trapping beaver and you catch your otter. You know, all you caught was otter by accident. You know, if you want to be an otter trapper, go out and set for otter, and you know, set this and say, you know what, I'm setting this up for otter. You know, I'm going to make a mock slide over here. I'm going to set it up. I'm going to set this here for otter. And when you start catching otter, to me personally, everybody has to do what they want to do themselves. But to me personally, if I and I catch it in that trap, that's all it was set for was otter, I feel more accomplished, you know, when I have a catch. You know, that's just me. You know, and especially one that really meant the most to me was I had never caught a beaver in a Bridger, you know, number 5 double long spring. You know, to me, when you look at them, it seems old school, and you know, and I caught one. It was my dad's trap, so it meant a lot to me, and it was set specifically for otter. So, you know, it's just cool to go out and use footholds to catch them, and you know, you're kind of doing it the way before the conibears came on the scene and made everybody into a half-ass otter trapper, right? Including myself. But like I say, this set is very simple. Otters have a very tough foot. You know, they're not going to twist out. You know, can I say it will never twist out? No, anything's possible, but they got a damn tough foot, and they're generally 99.9% of the time not ever going to twist out. And plus here, there ain't no weeds to get tangled up in, you know, to, you know, stop your swivels from working. And as long as you can get a wolf fang in that ground, I mean, and if you couldn't, I mean, you could run a cable over here to one of these trees, you know, and hold them there. I mean, they ain't chewing through that tree. By the time you got halfway through, you should be back on your 24-hour check anyway. If he chews through that tree, you're over 24-hour check.
Your goal there with the 2 traps, though, is to end up with them in both, just kind of holding there?
Yeah. Well, no, just to get them in one necessarily. You even could separate a little bit apart, you know, put one down just a little bit. But the reason I got it set up the way I got it set up is if that water drops just a little bit, and then they come into that and they lope. You know, when they lope into them, and if he happens to miss one, he's not missing the second one, not with all 4 feet. You know, or if they're coming up through there, you know, they'll hit that and, you know, be pushing with their feet to go up current, and you know, they'll be right on that pan. And that's why I went with the TS85s, because I usually use the, you know, the MB750s, but they just got a bigger kill area on them. You know, that's like blind setting for coyotes and stuff, and bobcats and trails. You know, it's like setting up most of the traps I like using, you know, like the alpha traps. But I feel more confident when I got 2 Jake traps staggered just like that in a trail. It just, in my mind, I feel more confident. You know, I mean, will I probably catch the same amount of stuff with alphas lined up like that? Probably, but in my mind, I don't believe that. So I got to do, you know, what I feel comfortable, because trapping is 90% mental. You know, it's like you know, with most of predator trapping, like you're going setting. You know, if you're out west, you're in the south where there's a lot of coyotes, it's different. You know, I mean, you have a big population of coyotes. You know, here, you know, there's some coyotes here. It ain't like, you know, going to, you know, Kansas or something like that. There's not the food supply here for them. You know, same way where we're at. So, you know, a lot of it is you're just waiting for them predators to move. You're getting everything set up. You're waiting for the predators to move on the back of a front. And you know, how long is that going to be? Is it going to be 4 days, 6 days? You know, you don't know. So you got to keep checking these traps every 24 hours. So, you know, and then clearing out all the junk, the skunk and stuff. So you have to have confidence in all the sets that you're putting out that they're going to produce. Because I mean, it's rough to go out and not catch much, or just catching junk, and then at the end of your line, put some more traps in. The next day, do the same thing, and you're just getting set up for the big killing. You know, what's going to happen on the back of the first front that comes through. But if you don't have confidence, you know, or you're just starting out trapping and don't understand it all, it's rough to keep setting traps, because you know, it's the main thing is you know, if you have a bad day, set more traps. If you have a good day, set more fucking traps. You know, I mean, that's just the way it is. And usually,
Timer tell me when you catch fur by setting traps, not checking.
you know, that's what my dad always told me. And my happiest thing in my trapping life would be if I could come here and set these traps and never come back. You know, I just keep. I'm like Johnny Appleseed, just spreading my traps throughout the land. You know, because I set these and I think, you know what? I know I'm going to catch something here. Am I really? In my heart, I believe I will. But in reality, I may not. But if I never come back, I caught the living shit out of them. But I like setting traps. Sarah likes checking traps.
Wendy gives me the eye roll sometimes at the end of the day. She'll be like, I'll be like, this coyote's just went. It's already dark. I'm in the headlight. She's ready to go back and get some dinner.
Yeah.
Get hangry.
Yeah. Yeah, if we were checking traps, she'd just keep right on going. I'd be like, this sucks. I hate checking traps. That's when all the work starts. So,
Now, is there any special things? I've never done like otters really in footholds. When we're anchoring otters in footholds, like you said, you could tie off to one of these big logs.
you could.
You want something long, a chain, a cable. Are otters really? Are they easy to hold in a foothold?
I've caught otter. I mean, lots of otter in like setting on muskrat huts, and you know, where they're going up on there and just staked in a 1.5. And if you get a good bite on them in a 1.5, you'll hold them. You know, but they'll be twisted up and rip that rat house all apart and be twisted around. You know, so it's not hard to hold them. You just want to make sure you have some. If you're going to do it, have it securely, you know, fastened to something. Like if you had it on that log, I mean, he ain't going nowhere with that log. I mean, will he would all be all chewed up and shit? Yeah, you know, but that's why I say generally I would just drop a wolf fang right under him and just hold him right out here in the middle. And I released my first otter last year. Usually when I release them, they're not breathing, you know, so it was weird too. I released one, my first one last year, and holy shit, you know, I mean, that was like trying to release a snake. You know, its head's all over and you can't get in the catch pole and the catch pole's coming out. And I'm sure some of you have seen, I'm not sometimes always super talented with that catch-all pole, you know, but the otter did not get away with that freaking catch-all pole. But that's the thing is you know, if you securely fasten them, if you put in like an 18-inch wolf fang with 3/32 cable right there, that otter's going to be here when you get back. You know, and those sets right there are the ones, you know, especially, you know, like younger guys. You know, if you see that otter price start going up, this would be a set that you can use anywhere in the country. And when them otter are coming down through here, they ain't seeing nothing. They're just, to them, them traps are just rocks. They're not thinking that they're traps. They're just gonna flow right down through here, because right down there, there's an otter crossing, where them otter are coming right down through here, and they're crossing right over into that pond, isn't there? So basically, if otter prices were high, and everybody else is rushing down there to that, you got your trap set here, nobody knows nothing about it, you've cut them off before they ever get there. You know, because that's where, like if Jeff and Tommy come, that was exactly where they would have went right down there to that spot.
We were there yesterday.
Yep. Yep. So that's what I'm saying. You would cut them off before they ever got here. And this swings around before that dam where they put the other trap. You know, so to me, this is like the perfect spot.